Welcome back, scholars. We are going to be looking at part 3 for today's video. Finally, we are in the middle of this paper 1, okay? And I'm really excited to finish looking through these texts for you, okay, so that you can learn whatever it is that you have to learn in order to score, hopefully, everything correctly in your paper 1. Okay, so let's take a look at part 3 today. Again, it's the information transfer text. Okay, basically you read this text and you just pick the answers that are correct and fill it into the blanks here. And I would also like to warn you guys, I guess, if warning is even the appropriate word, that you need to read the instructions, because sometimes they'll tell you to choose, for your information transfer, they'll tell you to write no more than 3 words, meaning maximum 3 words, okay, in the text. Why I emphasize on this is because, like, when you eventually answer part 4, a comprehension text, sometimes they'll tell you to write no more than 5 words, maximum 5 words. Sometimes they'll tell you to write no more than 3 words. So please read the instructions correctly and carefully in order to know the number of words that you are required to write. Okay? Without further ado, let us take a look at this short text, tobacco. Okay, so I will just show you a picture of what a tobacco is like. Okay, so what is a tobacco? A tobacco is basically cigarettes, okay, but they are like thicker. And, and as this text explain, it means it is tobacco contains nicotine. Okay, nicotine is like the chemical that made a person addicted to smoking. Okay, a chemical that causes a good feeling. Nicotine is addictive. You can't stop yourself from using this thing. This means that if you start to use nicotine, your body and mind will become used to it, so much so that you need to have it just to feel good. Anyone who starts smoking is at a high risk of becoming addicted to nicotine. In fact, nicotine is more addictive than drugs. Each year, cigarettes kill hundreds of thousands of smokers. The nicotine and the dozens of other poisonous chemicals in tobacco cause illnesses such as heart problems and certain cancers. Some of these illnesses will take years to develop, others can show up right away. Okay, so you can see that in the beginning, the introduction, they basically told you what is tobacco and nicotine. Okay, and what do people feel when they inhale nicotine and tobacco, basically the nicotine inside the tobacco, basically. And then the second paragraph right here, they basically talk to you about the consequences if you smoke and get addicted to the nicotine, okay, which is basically you will get illnesses such as heart problems and cancers. Okay, and let's see what the third and last paragraph is about. Every time a person lights up, it hurts his heart, lungs and brain. Okay, lights up, it has 2 meanings here. Obviously, because this person is smoking, right, this is the cigarette, and then maybe you light up the cigarette with the fire, okay, with the match, so that you can smoke. But however, if we say a person's face lights up, it means that they went from this sad face to a happy face. Okay, maybe when they heard some good news or something like that. Okay, the longer that the person is a smoker is a person who smokes, the worse the damage becomes. Along with bad breath, stinky hair and clothes. Stinky means smelly. The tobacco stained teeth. The long use of tobacco causes other problems. Tobacco stained teeth. I think you will all notice by now that, or you all should know by now, that people who smoke have yellow teeth. Okay, why? Because it's been stained by tobacco. So what exactly is the meaning of the word stain? Let's say you wear a white shirt, okay, and then you want to eat curry. Sometimes the curry, would drop like a few droplets on your white shirt, and then it will stain your white shirt, and your white shirt will become like orangey like that. Okay, so that's what stain means. Okay, along with bad breath, we read that already. For example, it makes it harder to run and to play sports, right? Because you can't really breathe properly. Okay, it also makes it more difficult for blood to move throughout the body. So that is really, really important, because as you all would have studied in your science by now, blood carries, our red blood cells in our blood carries oxygen. So if there's like a lot of blockages and you're smoking, you're not really breathing well, you don't get enough oxygen throughout your body. Okay, so smokers often feel tired and are easily annoyed. Okay, when you're not feeling well, okay, maybe when you are having a fever, we talk about normal circumstances, normal conditions. When you're not feeling well, your mood wouldn't be good, right? So if the person keeps talking to you or asking you to do this and that, you will easily lose your temper and get angry. So same things here. Same thing goes here. Because these smokers, they don't really feel well because they don't have enough oxygen supply to them, to their whole body and all those things. They get easily tired, and that's why their temper is higher. The temper is worse. Okay, they also cannot think as quickly as their friends who do not smoke. Okay, for some reason, when you smoke, it will actually slow down your brain activity, and you'll be a lot slower when coming up with a solution or trying to think of a solution. Okay, so let's take a look at the questions here. Tobacco, what is the addictive material, the addictive chemical here? Nicotine. Effects of the chemical, basically when you smoke or take in too much of this nicotine chemical, what would the effects be? Okay, it can be both good and bad when it comes about effects. Okay, there are two categories. Okay, but in the beginning we say that we can have a good feeling, and then there's the good part, right? You know, because it makes a person feel good, and then illnesses, it makes a person feel bad in the long run physically. Okay, so they know that there are two categories, so they're asking you what are the health risks or diseases, okay, the illnesses, okay, that will be caused by smoking. We all had our answers just now. We have heart problems. You see illnesses right here, heart problems and certain cancers. So that will be our answers right here. You can't just say the word cancers, because there's so many types of cancers in this world. So we just follow the text and write certain cancers. Respiratory organs that help you breathe, okay, like your lungs, your nose, those are respiratory organs that are harmed by smoking. What are they? They are your heart, your lungs. Okay, your brain doesn't help you breathe. Your brain is just basically like the control center, okay, that approves this breathing system. Okay, so your heart and your lungs allows you to breathe. Okay, effects of smoking on the brain. Okay, again, there could be a good effect and a bad effect. So let's see, what do we have here? So we say on the brain, right? Just now we talk about it makes it harder to run and play sports. So this is a physical effect. Okay, you use your brain to think, correct? So we say that we cannot think as quickly. Okay, so that will be our answer. Cannot think quickly or slows down one's thinking. Okay, that's it. Very easy to score 8 marks for your part 3. Just look for the answers in the given text. Okay, so I'll be ending the video here today. If you have not watched part 1 and part 2 of the Form 1 to Form 3 English Paper 1 explanation video, wow, that's a mouthful, please after this video, after giving a like and to this video and leaving a subscription behind, I would like for you to go to my channel, okay, and take a look at the part 1 and part 2 explanation videos that you have missed, okay, because I've shared some answering techniques, which I believe that is really, really important for you in order to answer your part 1 and part 2 questions correctly. Okay, all the best to you guys. Welcome back to school if school has already started for you. Okay, and I'll see you in tomorrow and the day after tomorrow's videos. Bye, scholars. Thank you for joining.